Hey, this is Mike DeMora coming to you live from Redondo Beach here at the NCEP Fitness office. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about, our talk the other day. So yesterday, I don't know if you all remember, but we have Zoom meetings, right? And anyone's available to go those. So we have Zoom meetings every Tuesday from noon to 1, or at least today, at least this time when you're watching this video. Now we're doing them on Tuesday because we used to do them on Wednesday, but everybody asked us to change the day, so we changed it to Tuesday. We had a really good turnout yesterday. But one of the biggest things that was asked about it was about wellness. Like, what's wellness? Is wellness really important? Do you think it's a big part of the personal trainer's life? Do you think that that's something that's really important? And I'm here to just share with you that yes, we think it's unbelievably important. Wellness or life coaching or that whole idea of getting further than just counting reps is a huge component of what it is that we want to do. In fact, we're looking to make some communication with other outside groups to try to actually bring a wellness coaching job and basically a wellness coaching and slash a life coaching as part of the personal training. And we need your input. We need your back. Do you think that life coaching is truly important? Do you think that having part of a life coach background in our standard program is really, really important for you? Because we really do, and we're leaning down that path, but we want to make sure that it's what you guys want as well. So when we talk about life coaching, one of the stories that I like to always discuss is we talk about the rocks, right? The rocks in your life. What is most important? And I tell a story about one of my science teachers. So when I was in college, our science teacher came in, and she came in with this kind of big glass jar. And she came in with some rocks, some sand, and some water. And she said, okay guys, I'm gonna take you on a different journey here. So I want you to tell me when you think that the glass is full, right? So she started placing these, pretty decent sized rocks into the glass. She got about 4 or 5 rocks, and then all of a sudden the rock, boop, fell over. So of course we said, hey, it's full, it's full. She goes, okay. Does everyone think it's full? Everyone's like, yeah, it's full of those big rocks. Okay, then she grabbed the sand, and then she poured the sand in, and the sand went all through the rocks, and she poured like a half a bag of sand or more in. And then the sand started pouring over, and she said, remember, tell me when it's full. Everyone's like, okay, it's full, it's full. The sand's pouring out. And she goes, oh, does everyone think that this is full? And everyone's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden she grabbed this like 2-liter bottle of water, and she started pouring the water into the mixture, and the water started filling up. And then she probably filled a liter of water before all of a sudden some of the water started overflowing. And then we said, okay, now it's really full, it's really full. So then she stopped and she says, why did I waste your time doing this? What is the importance of this? And everyone had their own little ideas. The type A people, they were funny. They were kind of saying, well, your life's never really full. You need to keep stuffing it full of everything and everything and everything. She's like, no, that's the exact opposite that I want you to get out of this. Anybody get anything else? So basically she said, here's the idea of this project. Here's what I wanted to get. Do you understand that in any other order, it wouldn't have worked? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, do you realize if I would have put the water in first and said, remember, you can't overflow. If I were to pour sand in, what would happen? Well, the water would overflow. She's like, okay, so you can't do that. Now, if I were to put just the sand in and said, okay, now put in your big rocks, would you be able to fit the rocks in? No, because the sand would have filled up the whole thing, right? So she says, so the only order that you can do it is put the big rocks in first, then put the sand, and then put the water. And she says, that is symbolic of your life. This is symbolic of the way that I want you to live your life. What are your big rocks? And everybody was just blown away. What are your big rocks? So what is most important to you? And whatever is most important to you, that's what you need to do each and every day, and make sure that you do it each and every day. So this led us to another little step. What are my big rocks? What do I feel is most important in my life? What do you feel most important in your life? What do your clients feel is most important in their lives, right? And all you need to do as a trainer is basically hold them accountable for their own thoughts and beliefs. It's not about changing their thought. It's not about changing their belief. It's about having them set up what their goals and beliefs are and then holding them accountable. That's what I believe life coaching is all about. That's what I believe is truly how we're going to help our clients. So what are your four pillars, your four rocks, your four most important things? I'll give you mine. The first thing that's most important with me is the relationship that I have with my God, with God, Jesus, my Lord, right? So each and every day, I try to start each and every day with a prayer, with a way of saying thanks, with basically having that communication with God, right? That's how I try to start every day. Why? Because it's the most important rock, and if I don't get it in, I may not get it in that day. So it's really, really important. It's what I do every single morning. I try to do it every single morning. I'm not perfect, so of course I mess up once in a while, but it's really important to me. Well, what's next important to me? Well, what's next most important to me is the relationship that I have with my family, right? So each and every day, I want my family to know how much I love them. I try to tell them how much I love them, try to give them a hug, try to let them know that they're special in my life, right? That's my second most important thing. What's my third most important thing? Well, my third big pillar, my third big rock is me. And what I mean by that is my own health. I know that I can only help everyone else in my life if I'm healthy enough to help them, right? If I'm sick, if I can't do things, if I'm lying in bed, if I'm whatever else, I'm not helping anyone. So my third big pillar is my fitness or my life or my own being, right? And then my fourth pillar is my work. My fourth pillar is my job, my business, right? NCEP. That is unbelievably important to me. And also, the reason it's a big pillar is because it makes everything else work that much easier, right? Unfortunately, the world goes around by this thing called money. And if we don't make any money, we can't service the other things that we'd like to do. So it is a really important pillar. And once again, it's fourth on my list, but it's still very, very important. It's top four. So those are my four. What are your four? What are your clients for? So I really engage you to try to get that involvement with your client, right? Ask them, what are the four biggest, sections of their lives that they think is important? What is it that they're doing to get those each sections, and hold them accountable. So as a personal trainer, we all think, okay, one of the most important things should be fitness, so that's what we do. But understand that there's more to it. And once again, you don't need to get really, really deep with them. I mean, if you want to, that's your suggestion, but it's all up to you. All I'm saying is hold them accountable. So if they say that it's really important to them to have a relationship with God, I don't think it's anywhere out of the ordinary or wrong for when they to walk in and say, oh, by the way, did you pray today? How was your prayer this morning? How was your conversation with God this morning, right? And that's not overstepping boundaries, right? It's just asking them and holding them accountable. Just like we would with our exercise, just like we would with our, cardiovascular or our stretching or whatever. We may ask them, hey, did you do your jogging today? Hey, did you get on the treadmill today? Hey, why not ask them, hey, did you speak to God today? Oh, by the way, what did you tell your family today? Did you reach out to them? Did you text them at least once, twice, 3, 4 times a day, right? Just checking in with them, telling them how much you love them, telling how much you care. Those are the types of things. That, to me, is what a life coach is all about. It's about, once again, first having them sit down and create goals for the future. Create what is important to them. Create what it is that they want their life to be. And then your job as a trainer, your job as a coach, is to just hold them accountable. Does that make sense? So, just to give you a little background with NCEP, we're the only ones who really teach attitude. We're the only ones who really teach a whole mindset, and we think that that's an incredibly important part. But we want to really expand upon that. We want to expand upon having that good feeling and that mindset and that life coaching. So we'd love to hear from you. Do you think life coaching is important? So it brings us back to that membership that we offer, right? We offer a membership. So if you're not certified, we offer a membership for $17 a month to become certified, right? And you also get access to all of our other courses. If you're already certified, we drop that $17 bracket down to $11. Just $11 a month, and you stay certified for as long as you're a member. And our idea is that you do at least 1 hour of continuing education per month. And when I say an hour, it doesn't typically take an hour. It might be a 20-minute video. You watch the video, answer 3 questions, and bing, it gives you credit. You print out your little receipt that says you just completed 1 hour of CECs, and the idea is that you do a minimum of 20 of them in 2 years. Far too often what happens is the trainer will call us up saying, oh my gosh, my cert is up for renewal. Oh my gosh, it's expiring at the end of this week, or expiring at the end of this month, and I haven't done any CECs. Where do I get them? Where do I get them? So currently, in the past, all we could do is send them back to the standard and to go, do their standard renewal, right, or their standard refresher. Now what we want to do is offer them any of our courses. And all you need to do is 1 hour a month. Give me a break. If this is your profession and this is what you love to do 1 hour a month shouldn't be that challenging. Now remember, you only need to do 20 hours in 24 months. So if you miss a month here and there, it's not a big deal. But it's that same thing. It's that same thing we're talking about life coaching. It's that same thing to you. Hold yourself accountable. 1 hour a month in continuing education is really not overwhelming, right? 1 hour a month. Think about that. So, in recap, here's the idea. We think life coaching is important. We think telling the story about the rocks is important. We think holding an individual, holding your client accountable for what's important in their lives is what personal training should be all about, right? It's not about whether they did 6 reps or 8 reps. Who gives a crap, right? Doesn't matter whether they spent 8 minutes on the treadmill or 7 minutes on the treadmill. It ain't going to make any difference in their lives. But each and every day that you put what is important to them back onto their plate and you hold them accountable, that is important. And at the end of their lives, when they're laying on their deathbed, they don't look back and say, wow, I should have done an extra 20 minutes on a treadmill. It just doesn't work like that. So with that said, we want to hear from you. Are there any classes that you'd like to have? Is there anything that you'd like to learn more about? Would you like to become part of our membership? All it is $11 a month and everything is included. You'll never have to renew again. You never have to redo anything again. 1 hour a month, add to your education, work on your training, and become a trainer forever, right? $11 a month. Anyway, I'm rambling. I hope all is well with you. God bless. Have a wonderful day.